So here's my Bryton Rider 10 bicycle computer, of which the battery only lasts for an hour or two, as opposed to the many hours it lasted when it was new. I've had it for about 3 years, so we'll be replacing the battery today. Not the most spectacular job, but if you have one of these little computers and you want to change the battery, it might be useful to watch me fiddle first and let me make the mistakes. You won't have to make them. I always watch videos on YouTube of repairs I want to attempt, so thanks to all of you repair guys for showing me what to do. This time it'll be me doing the exploration. So first of all, let's remove these 4 Torx 5 screws on the back and see where it'll get us. When disassembling stuff, I like to make a rough sketch of whatever I'm disassembling and stick any screws or other loose bits to the corresponding spot on the drawing and number them sequentially. This way I will always be able to put everything back where it belongs. Sometimes very similar looking parts are just a little different, and this method will prevent you from screwing a slightly longer screw where a shorter screw was supposed to go, for example. As you can clearly see, I'm definitely not a professional drawing artist, but this will do the job. Another advantage of sticking parts to the drawing with sticky tape is that it will prevent them from hiding under larger parts, which small parts have an annoying habit of doing. Now let's remove the PCB from the casing. These screws are tiny. I used a bit which has PH000 written on it. When I'm using a tool, I will put a small description of the tool in the top right corner of the video. This way you won't have to search for the correct tool yourself. As you can see, the artwork is finished as well. When opening the device, we notice that the screen is connected to the PCB with a delicate little bit of flexible PCB, so I decided to use some tape to prevent it from tearing. As we can see, the connections of the battery are covered with some chewing gum-like material, so before desoldering, let's see if we can remove most of it, because I don't think my little soldering iron will appreciate this white goo. Removing it turned out to be a bit fiddly, and I don't want to scratch through any connection on the PCB by accident, so I removed as much as reasonably possible. The connections to which the wires are soldered are quite small and not the usual hole, but more like soldered to the side of the PCB. The soldering didn't go very well with my soldering iron, so I brought out the big gun. This is a Hakko FR301, which I first saw on Mr. Carlson's lab channel. So thanks for the tip, Mr. Carlson. You definitely will be able to desolder the wires using some wick, but since I did sell a kidney to be able to buy this amazing machine, I might as well use it. It didn't go that well immediately, but after adding a little solder with a lower melt point, thanks to you, my mate Vince, for that suggestion, it made short work of it. After cutting the battery wires, the old battery was easy to remove. It turned out to be installed using double-sided sticky tape. So let's bring out the new battery and see if we can solder it in place. That went quite well, so let's reassemble the device. Refitting the PCB and the display took a little fiddling, but with a bit of patience the result was a nice click when everything was in place again. Now let's put those little screws back where they belong. And it's working again. Now let's add a little double-sided sticky tape of our own and do the usual fiddling to remove the paper. If any one of you has a quick way to easily remove the paper from double-sided sticky tape, please leave it in the comments, because for me it's always a little struggle. Now let's make sure we don't pinch the wires between the casing and the cover. And after that satisfying click, we'll do one last check and replace the little Torx 5 screws. So let's convince the little device that it is ready to be charged again and charge it for a couple of hours. It was a success. Now, in the off chance that anyone from Bryton is watching this video, as you might have noticed, we ran into a few things that could be improved on. Please consider a small redesign to make changing the battery a little more user-friendly. How about a little holder for the battery instead of soldering it to the PCB? That would make changing the battery much easier, and it might not even be that more expensive for you. That said, it is a wonderful little device, so thank you for making it available to the world. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. If you found this video useful, I'd very much appreciate a thumbs up and a click on the subscribe button if you already haven't. For you, my dear viewer, a small gesture. For me, a wonderful token of appreciation, which will inspire me to make more videos. Thank you, and until next time.